here with our second guest of the show. I have Elizabeth Last from Parent Connection here to tell us all about her organization and what they do. So Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me on the show.
And it's been a little while since you've been here. The last time you were in was for the Dancing for Little Stars.
Yes.
And we thought we'd have you in kind of just to give us a little bit more in-depth of a view of what Parent Connection is all about. So maybe first of all, what is your role in Parent Connection?
Okay. My role is as the Family Wellness Coordinator. So Parent Connection is a program of Family Services of Northeast Wisconsin. So our headquarters is in Green Bay, but our local office is here in Oshkosh. We also have an office in Menasha. And our services sort of have three different arms. So our Family Wellness arm focuses on parenting classes and community events, which is my primary role. I get to do a lot of the event planning and the outreach and some of the marketing for our program. And then we also have a home visiting service, which is the bulk of our service. We have about 80 families in Oshkosh that utilize the home visitation program. And I can talk a little bit more in detail about that in a little bit too.
Sure.
But our third sort of arm of Parent Connection is called supervised visitation. So these are either self-referred non-custodial parents or court-ordered non-custodial parents that receive supervised visitation services. And we provide that documentation to either the parents or the courts, depending on who's asking for that information.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is. We are very busy, and it's a lot of fun, and we get to reach out to a lot of different families.
Amazing. So let's dive a little bit deeper into each of those arms. The first one was coaching classes. What kind of things, what does that consist of? Are there just you hold classes that people are able to go to?
We do. We hold classes at our office, which is at the Hooper Community Center. We're co-located with the Oshkosh Area United Way. So if you're familiar with where that is located, that's how you can find us. So we have a nice space in that building to hold classes. Sometimes we offer the classes at the Oshkosh Library or some of the area churches that open their doors and let us utilize space there. But we offer classes that have anything to do from baby basics, just feeding, changing, diapering baby, and kind of getting your bearings as a new parent. And then we have things that are offered that have to do with, we call them terrific twos, thriving threes, and once parents are dealing with kids in the preschool years, we offer things like positive solutions for families, 1, 2, 3 magic, love and logic. We have a huge series coming up in the fall called the Nurturing Program, which is an evidence-based program that helps build relationships between parents and children. So it's a 10-week program. It starts in September. We'll be taking enrollment for that program very soon, I would say in the next couple of weeks. But a really wide variety of different programs that we offer.
What an awesome resource for people, you know, especially new parents that are just, what the heck are we doing here? It's a great option for them to kind of get their bearings and kind of get the basics down. Are there any costs associated with those classes?
Some of the classes do have costs associated just for the materials. So the costs range between $5 and $20 depending on the length of the class. Some of them are just one night, and those are typically $5. The longer series, the 10-week classes, are no more than $20. But because of some of the funding that we receive, we are able to offer scholarships to any parent that is not able to pay the fee.
Amazing.
Which covers the cost. So the workshops are available to anybody. And in addition to the classes, our Family Wellness arm also offers community events. So each spring we have a community event that we target dads, and we do sort of a spring festival where we try to encourage dads to bring their kids to the events. And in the fall, we have something called Autumn Adventure. So that's coming up September 8th at South Park here in Oshkosh. It's from 5:30 to 7:30, and we are offering a free meal to anybody in the community. We do ask for some pre-registration, so we have an idea of how many people to prepare food for. But we will have a meal, some train rides, bouncy house, face painting, and just really fun fall crafts.
Very cool. And where can we register for the autumn adventure or any of the classes?
We will have the fall registrations posted on Theta Care's website. We have a great relationship where they offer their online registration system to us, and it's www.thetacare.org. Or you can call me at our Oshkosh office, which is 920-233-6630. I'm at extension 106.
Wonderful. Well, wow. That's only just part of what you do.
Right.
You had mentioned that you do home visits as well.
Right.
Is that kind of similar to the classes, except you're kind of going to the person's home, or what does that consist of?
The home visitation program is very specific curriculum called Parents as Teachers.
Okay.
So it's targeted at first-time parents of children under the age of 3. So parents can actually enroll prenatally, but more often than not, we start people at the baby's birth. So we visit with parents at the local hospitals before they take baby home. So we get to see them when they're newborns, and if they enroll in the program right away, they can utilize the services for up to 3 years until the baby turns 3. But those home visits consist of weekly to monthly visits where the home visitor will bring play-based activities that help stimulate brain development and make sure that baby's on track developmentally. And it's just a really fun resource to have an outlet and somebody to kind of bounce questions off of as a new parent.
Yeah.
And all of the families that are involved in the home visitation program are invited to a monthly group event. So we have sort of little parties each month.
A good way to network with other parents.
Right, in addition to the bigger community events that we offer each year.
And we have just a couple of minutes left, so briefly tell us about that third leg that you were telling us about with Parent Connection.
Sure. The third service is supervised visitation. So like I mentioned, we offer visitation services where we document interactions between children and their parents. So the visiting parent is typically a non-custodial parent that has either been court-ordered or self-referred to have these visits in a safe, healthy environment, and we just want to facilitate that healthy relationship between the parent and child, and provide that documentation for a variety of reasons. The ultimate goal typically is to reunify the family and eventually have those visits be unsupervised so that the parents and children can continue a healthy, safe relationship.
Wow. Well, it's amazing how much you guys do over at Parent Connection. Yeah. Are you ever looking for any support or volunteers or even donations? Where can people go if they want to learn more about that?
Okay. They can always contact our office. We usually have an ongoing list of volunteer needs. We recently got involved in the Oshkosh Downtown Farmers Market, and we're selling some handmade items, some handmade baby items at the farmers market to raise money. We're also always looking for some extra hands to serve meals at some of our group events. Also some donated food. Sometimes just coming in and helping us clean toys, because we always have families in our offices that are interacting and playing with all of the things that we have
offered. You never think you would need, but of course.
We have a group of students coming from UW Oshkosh to come sanitize some toys and help switch out some things in our supervised visit rooms.
There's always some volunteer opportunities and things like that.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for giving us some background on your organization. It's great to learn about all the things you do. Once more, if you want to give us, throw out the date for Autumn Adventure.
Sure. It's September 8th, which is a Thursday evening from 5:30 to 7:30 at South Park in Oshkosh.
South Park. Wonderful.
And everyone is welcome.
Yes, it'll be a great way to celebrate the start of of my favorite season. So.
Mine too.
Well, Elizabeth, thanks again for coming in, and we'll see you hopefully soon for your next event.
Sure. Thank you.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.